Dear students, welcome back to our next class of Python Revision Tour 2. Today in this chapter, we will discuss tuples in Python. After completing tuples, we will be able to create tuples, see the difference and similarities between tuples and lists, tuple operations, and tuple functions and methods. Dear students, let me make clear that some of the people, they call it tuple. So we can call it tuple also, or we can say tuples. So tuple and tuples are same. So what is a tuple? A tuple contains a group of elements which can be of different types, same as we have seen in the list. So it is similar to a list, but tuples are read-only, which means we cannot modify its elements. Then tuples are represented using parentheses. As earlier we have seen, strings we were using. How to represent strings? Strings were represented either by a single quote or double quote. Lists were represented using square bracket, open and close square bracket. And now tuples are represented using parentheses. So here are the examples of tuples. It is same as we discussed in lists. So we will not give more time on this, but we will see here that difference is parenthesis and square bracket. So here in the list we used square brackets, and here we are using parenthesis. So here a tuple is created without any value. Most important thing in tuple is, if you create a tuple with the single element, so then you have to use after a single element comma. If you do not put a comma after single element, then this value, this element will be treated as the value stored in a variable. Next is tuple of integers, the same as of list, tuple of numbers, tuple of characters, tuple of mixed values, and tuple of strings. So here creating empty tuples, we have already seen empty tuple is created with parentheses without any value. Creating single element tuple, that already I have discussed. If you put single element in a tuple, then do not forget to use comma after a element. Then creating tuples from existing sequences. This also we have seen, it is also same as of list, and the difference is only parenthesis here, and rest the same way we can create tuple from a string, and we can also create tuple from a list. Next is creating tuple from keyboard input. This is also the same as we have done in the list. Next is tuples with lists. Here first of all we will see similarities between tuples and lists. Tuples are similar to lists in following ways. We had length function in list also, and we have length function in tuple also. So length function, that is length, returns the number of items or number of count presented in the tuple. So that is same as we have seen in the list. Indexing and slicing is also the same as we have done in the list. Membership operator, both in and not in operators work on tuple also. That is, it tells if an element is present in the tuple or not, and not in does the opposite. The same is concatenation and replication. Accessing individual elements. And tuples also we can access by index the elements which we want to access. Difference between tuples and list. Tuples are not mutable while lists are. That means you cannot change individual elements of a tuple, but list will allow you to do so. So the main difference is lists are mutable and tuples are not mutable or immutable. The second difference is the list starts with square bracket and tuple start with parenthesis. Next is traversing a tuple. This is also the same as we did in list. So traversing a tuple means accessing and processing each element of it. So the for loop makes it easy to traverse or loop over the item in a tuple. So here example is given. This is the same example as we have done in the list. So a tuple is taken and the characters are given P-U-R-E, pure. So for A in T and print T of A. So this loop will go on till all the elements of this tuple is accessed and the output will come like this, P, U, R and E. Next is joining tuples. The plus operator, the concatenation operator, when used with two tuples, join two tuples. So with plus operator we can use two tuples and make one new tuple, the same way as we did in the list. Repeating or replication, the same as I've already told you, the same way we can repeat in a tuple also. So here example is given, one tuple name and multiplied by 3. So here this single tuple is multiplied by 3 times, 135, 135 and 135. Next is slicing the tuples. Dear students, this is also the same as we have done in the string and then we have done in list. So the same way slicing can be done in the tuple also. So these are the examples we have done here, slicing. So this is the same way as we have done in the list and strings. Next comes unpacking tuples. So creating a tuple from a set of values is called packing and its reverse is called unpacking. So here creating individual values from a tuple's element is called unpacking. So what we have to do here is we should have the equal variables on the left hand side. See the example where here you can see that variable 1, variable 2 and variable 3. So where the number of variables in the left side of the assignment must match the number of elements in the tuple. So here if the tuple contains 4 elements, so that means these 4 elements should be equal to the left hand side given 4 variables. So the example is given, T is equal to 1, 2, A and B. And the length of the above tuple is 4 as there are 4 elements in it. So to unpack this we can write W, X, Y and Z. So these 4 values on the left hand side. And if you print W and hyphen in the quotes, then X hyphen, Y hyphen and Z, and then if you execute, the output comes 1, 2, A and B. This is unpacking the tuples, means bringing individual values from a tuples element is called unpacking. Functions and methods of tuples. So that already we have discussed that length function is same as we have done in list. So this will tell you the length of the given tuple. Next is max function. So this method returns the elements from the tuple having the maximum value. So that also we have seen earlier, that maximum function will tell you the maximum value, the biggest value in the given in the list or given in the tuples. The same way minimum method, this will give you the least value, the least element or the smallest element given in the tuple. Next is index method. It returns the index of an existing element of a tuple. The syntax is tuple name dot index and the item you want to know the index value. So given list or tuple, if you write t1 dot index of 5, so 5 is the element, so you want to know the index value of this element 5. So here the element is presented at the second index value 0, 1 and 2. But if the given item does not exist in tuple, it raises value error exception. Suppose if the element is not presented in the tuple, then it will raise value error exception. The next is count function. Count function returns the count of a number of elements or objects given in the list or tuple. So it will tell you the particular element is how many times given in the list or a tuple. The same way in the list and same way in the tuple, we can count the particular elements given in the tuple. Now the last one is tuple method. This method is actually constructor method that can be used to construct a tuple from different other types of values. So we can create tuple from the list also, we can create tuple from the string also, and we can create tuple from keys of a dictionary also. So this is how we create tuples from other different types of values. So dear students, we have covered creating tuples, tuples with lists, tuple operations, tuple functions and methods. So that's all for today, my dear students. In the next class, we will discuss dictionaries in Python. After that, one more topic of this Python revision tour 2 will remain, that is sorting techniques. So after the next class, we will be completing this Python revision tour 2. Thank you.